Hi, my name is Sam Amoline, and welcome to my ePortfolio tour. This tour includes all the items and assignments on my ePortfolio, and this is just a little introduction into what you're going to be seeing and reading through when you do go through my ePortfolio. So let's get started. On this first page, you will see my candidate info and goal statements. Here on the first page, you see that I have an introduction video. It just gives you a little bit to know about myself, a couple of things that you need to know about me, and just gives you a general introduction to my portfolio. Below the video, you see that I have a Google Doc included, and this is a little bit more of a fleshed out version of my introduction. It's written so you can read through it a little bit. It does go over my future goals, my experience that I've had with the MIT program at Fort Hays. It just goes a little bit more in depth than my video does. And so you can just check that out there on the first page of the candidate info. The next one is my technology philosophy. It's a Google Doc portion. Here I explain how it's my goal to model my best practices in technology to my peers and students. I also talk about how I do have a passion to encourage diverse learning with technology. So that is all on my technology philosophy. And it's a little bit more in depth than that if you want to read through it. On the second part of my candidate info, I go through my professional resume. Here is another Google Doc included. It just goes through the history of my professional and educational career. I just post what I've been doing in the past and some skills and awards maybe that I've gotten through the years. So this is a little bit about my resume. Moving along, we have the activity evidence drop down. The first thing in my activity evidence is my professional development plan. This was a wonderful portion of this e-portfolio that I really enjoyed doing, where I got to make my own professional development plan, which is a series of trainings and different things that teachers can do in this training. And I really focused on Google applications for this training. We deal with Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Forms, and this is just part of my plan. And the rest of these activity evidences, we go through a few things more about this professional development plan. But on this page, it's really just a written out version of my plans and my trainings. The next page are videos on my professional development plan. I was really lucky to have my colleagues help me out with this. I these three videos throughout the weeks of making this e-portfolio, and I really got to do some live training. It was really good. It was really good practice for me, and I really liked it. So I look forward to doing more. But in these videos, you can see actual training that I do with teachers that I work with, which are really good. Those trainings include things on Google Docs, Google Forms, using them with assessment. I thought that was really nice. Using Google Slides in different ways in the classroom. So I really enjoyed making those videos. The next goes into professional presentations that I use in those videos. So if you watch or look at these in succession, you can see that these are all slides and presentations from those videos. So kind of continues on that whole professional development theme. So we have the docs, the Google Forms, using Google Slides. So if you needed to see those presentations separately from the video, they're in that tab. Moving along, we have the article summaries tab. Uh, in my professional development, I have my teachers going through a few articles and reading them and using them for to gain a little bit more knowledge about using Google applications and different things. And so I had them do three different types of articles. One was using Google Docs in different ways. This was using it with Chalk Talk activity. Second one that I actually really enjoyed, we were tasked to do something about assistive technologies. So using technology to help students overcome some type of disability, some type of hardship my assisted technology that I focused on was using technology to help out English language learners in your classroom. So I read a great article that goes through some technology activities, different ways you could help your English language learners. I thought that was really cool. And then the last article summary was using technology and actually more specifically Google Slides in the classroom. So I thought that was great. The last portion of the activity evidence. This page focuses on a couple different projects that I worked on over the 2 years in Fort Hays. These resources are things that I picked out from my previous work that could help teachers use any type of things technology based in the classroom. So, a couple things I highlighted was a video software that teaches you how to use clickers, an example on how to use Google Draw, or how I used Google Draw to make an activity for my classroom, using Google Docs for your syllabus, or using Google Draw to create a floor plan map. So, how you can organize your room to make it the best organized room possible. And then just different other activities. Google Doc that I wrote out that describes the great add-ons that you can find in Google Chrome for your classroom. So the last part of this activity evidence is that little extra resources piece that works out really well. One of the last couple drops we have to go through is faculty review form. There's really nothing there yet because that's later. That's for a kind of like a review on this website that the faculty will do. I have peer reviews already. This is a cool page too because I got to include some feedback for the site that we're touring right now from one of my classmates and then one of the teachers that I work with. I showed both people this website and asked them, hey, what do you think about this site? What's some suggestions? Maybe what's some things that you would change? And they really helped me a lot, and I did change some things for their suggestions. It did not fall on deaf ears, so it was cool just getting feedback from. It was Colby. He helped me with my peer review, and then one of my teachers in my district, Lee Arvin. She helped me out big time. So I really appreciate their help. They really helped me out. Lastly, the last part of my uh, e-portfolio has to do with reflection, which is appropriate because it's great just to take a step back after you're doing all this work and reflect back on what you've actually been doing and take time to process. This is what I've been through. Where was I at before, and what did I learn? And so the reflection that we were tasked to do kind of goes over this project, and then even the last 2 years of our learning. And so I really appreciated looking at my past preconceptions and how they were debunked, and then looking at maybe how does that appear in my life and in my teaching, and how do I help my kids from not having the same fears and the same worries that I did maybe going into this course matter. So I really appreciated the reflection. It was a great part of this whole experience. This is where this video is going when it gets done. Everybody that looks at this e-portfolio will have a chance to click on this area right here and go through the tour. So, in closing, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this tour. I hope it gives you just a little bit of an insight on what I'd like for you to get out of this e-portfolio, and hopefully now you can dig into it and just really see the meat and potatoes of the items and the articles that I put into it. So again, thank you for watching, and I appreciate you through my work.